Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series Division D Southeast. On the left-hand side, we have the Fallen Lords. We've got Icer on the Blaze, Peanut Butter on the Malthiel, Universe will be on the Li Ming, Jaime is going to be on that Lucio, and we've got Beef Prime on the Lunara. Over in the red, we've got our members of Bunker Fun Time. We have got Sednum on the Stitches, Misery Sink. I'm gonna go with Misery, sure. Misery is gonna be on the Anduin. We will be having the Samuro played by Batista. Trip Bar is gonna be on the Asmodan, and over in the solo lane, we've got Zephy on the Sonya. Let's look at those level 1s and see what our first engagement will look like. Oh wait, Misery Sink is right? Yes. Yeah. Blaze Jet Propulsion in. Oh, dang it! Alright, well. Stream Deck. You have one. First blood goes over to the side of the Fallen. Misery Sin! Misery Sin. Yes, that makes sense. That makes absolutely more sense. Either way, first blood over to the side of the Fallen Lords. Also, thank you for clarifying that for me. Much appreciated, Misery Sin. And thanks for coming by the stream. Also, as we were getting, I missed this at some point, Jadora and Raylick, thank you for the follows. I'm sure I murdered your names, so that's just now how you say your name. Zednam gonna go ahead and chomp his way into the enemy minions to heal up a little bit on the Stitches. Big ball from Li Ming gonna be eaten by Trip Bar. Looking at these level 1 still, Blaze gonna go into the new habits. He's gonna be building up those stacks as quickly as possible on that new habit, excuse me, with the regeneration globes. Beef Prime, though, has good sustained damage, helping hand on to Misery. Was the sound wave enough? The damage over time, is it there? Misery tries to heal up and is able to do so with a flash heal with the Divine Star. No kill from Lunara, damage over time. Good play from said Anduin player. Batista is going to do their best to burn down these Siege Giants, and will be able to do so. Going to be low here, but as long as you're sidestepping or stutter stepping, you're going to avoid a lot of that damage. On the left-hand side, Lunara and Li Ming were able to get the Siege Giant camp. Peeking up into top lane, we'll have Peanut Butter versus Zephy. Anduin healing up the Samuro a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Trip Bar does have a few stacks on that Greed at level 1. Going to be building that out, and this is going to give you more push potential, as this is kind of the start of our push build. Only one kill so far. Hook onto Blaze, pulls him off the point, slowly getting that Moonshrine, excuse me, to that 50% mark as no one was on it. But Zednam contesting it, keeping it frozen at that 75-ish mark in favor for the side of the Fallen Lords. Fallen Lords? Yes. Sorry, swapping from one best of 3 to another is always just like, wait a minute, do I have this right? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Sonya has top lane. The members of Bunker Fun Time are approaching control of bottom. Trip Bar is going to be jumping back and forth between this point, but doesn't stay there long enough. There will be a Chastise connecting on to Icer. Ooh, almost enough damage with the All Shall Burn. The dunk comes through, but it's not going to be read correct. And Lunara's a little bit low. Icer very low, having to Hearth, and Zednam with the potential channel. Samuro's in mid. I would assume that he immediately rushes for the Dragonite. I don't think there's any sort of counter channel through top, as Malthiel had to Hearth out. Sonya controlling this lane very, very well. Dragonite, first one of the game, going over to the side of Bunker Fun Time. Thank you, Nightbot, for spamming in my stream once again. Dragonite value is going to be a little bit through mid, but in bottom lane, I feel like this is where the big value is going to be gained for the side of Bunker Fun Time. Opening things up and potentially taking down the entirety of this fort front wall. Jaime is going to get the All Shall Burn applied, but it will be canceled early as the Asmodan continues to dunk out, building out those level 1 as well as the baseline stacks. Beef Prime and mid force back, doing their best to clear things out as Samuro clones are just pressing into Lunara. She will Hearth away. I don't think Samuro goes for this dive onto Lunara. Maybe he was checking to see if she was down into this bottom lane, but she is just going to Hearth behind that fort through mid. Hey Ranaris, what are you doing? How you doing, bud? Right-hand side, Zephy is going to have the Bruiser camp for top lane. A bunch of pings to the left side Bruiser camp. Samuro still clearing things out mid. And the bottom lane pressure is applied once again. Misery Sin getting pulled back, getting pushed around by James. A lot of damage from Lunara, and this time I think it's possible to actually find the kill onto Anduin. Divine Star comes out, things are delayed. Beef Prime does find the kill, and that'll be another kill for the side of the Fallen Lords. Bunker Funtime doing their best to sustain in this bottom lane and slowly work their way back to the fort front gate. Hook out from Stitches goes on to Blaze, but there's no Gorge or anything to play off of that, so just gonna be a hook and a Jet Propulsion away. Oh my, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We're having a nice cozy day of casting some NGS games. There were, very good read from Beef Prime onto Zednum. Not going to find the kill, but still delaying out the Hearth means just that there's no soak in bottom lane, and this control could be pushed over to the side of the Fallen Lords as they could grab Bruiser Camp, and I think that's what Lunara wants to do. But yeah, we're casting some games today. It's a nice cozy Sunday. Yeah. I was trying, I was actually right before stream, I was like, what's probably the best thing to do? And I was like, I was like, maybe I play Heroes now. Maybe I just cast a bunch of games, because Thursday had so many games that were uncasted. It's a bunch of games. I tried to grab 2 that day, but unfortunately I couldn't get it timed out, because I believe in NGS, you need to wait 2 hours roughly between matches. Maybe it's more like an hour 45, but rarely are matches scheduled on the 15-minute mark. It's usually the 30-minute or the top of the hour mark for a lot of NGS games, so it's always hard. If you grab like a 6:30 game, the earliest you can grab is like a 4:30 game, which not a lot of teams play at 4:30. We'll see, though. I'm going to try and grab more live games for this upcoming week as well. I already have one discussed, and I just need to see more games get scheduled out. But regardless, let's talk about this game right here. As we're 10 up on both sides, we're going to cycle through those numbers, get an idea of what those look like. Gorge for the Stitches. Another Dragonite will be grabbed by Samuro through mid lane, and let's see what value is applied here. Kick from, oh my god, the Leap of Faith. Not the Leap of Faith, the Leaping Strikes from Beef Prime was able to deny the kick value, and as Lunara sustains the damage into the Dragonite. Meanwhile, we go ahead and look in the bottom lane. Asmodan still dunking out, does get bopped around by the Lucio, pops the Demonic Invasion, Gorge onto Lucio, Blaze Jet Propulsion, focuses onto this Stitches as the, oh my god, was that put onto a full cooldown? No, he must have popped it. I swear the hook canceled out the combustion, but I don't think it did. I think he actually got the pop immediately of combustion. It just didn't actually get any kill value into the Asmodan. I thought it was going to, but either way. Nara chases on to this Samuro. He gets rid of the Wisp, which was showing which is the real Samuro. Icer in this mid looking for a potential flank. No reveal. Jet Propulsion point blank into the face of this Samuro, but he's going to wiggle his way out of the lane. Lucio chasing on. I don't think Lucio can sustain enough damage, and so that will be the back off of Lucio with the clones in mid just pushing up. And bottom lane, speaking of pushing up, is going to be having a wave forced onto the fort. Lunara Leaping Strike to try and get closer to Zednum. Slows out from Blaze with his Oil Slicks. Dunk from Asmodan to put some pressure onto the enemy team. A little bit of all-shot burn value. Does get the full channel, so some stacks for Asmodan. Jame getting very low. Samuro using the Blade Storm to clear out the wave. Dunk from Asmodan onto Beef Prime. The Blade Storm does not have the longest cooldown. It's already 16 seconds away from coming back, and Blaze was hooked, and he will go down. That's the first kill over to the side of Bunker Funtime as that dunk connects onto 2 enemy members. 108 stacks for the Asmodan right now. And this is a Leap Sonya. I was looking up in top lane to see if she was going to go for it, but not necessary. Lacerates was applied to her, not to get the kill. Bottom lane fort will be taken down as Anduin pops the Holy Word Salvation. Good play so far. Holy Word Salvation, 80-second cooldown, but it did guarantee the fort through bottom. Ping into top lane. Sonya's doing a little double soak right now, but Batista has this through the mid, and Peanut Butter looks like he's just going to immediately float away from this Samuro, not wanting to deal with the 1v1 or the potential engagement from this Sonya to maybe leap on his head. On the right-hand side, we will be seeing this camp, the Bruiser camp for the top lane. Bottom lane Bruiser camp is going to be up in about 50 seconds. Left side is actually just about to respawn, so I wonder if Icer or crew will go for this, or if it's just going to be priority for the objective phase. I feel like it's going to be the latter of the two sentences, looking for that priority for Dragonite, or denial. Peanut Butter losing out top lane consistently. These slams from Sonya doing a lot here. 4 seconds on this last rites. Does he apply it? The Samuro comes up. I would assume that he's just going to throw the last rites. Doesn't actually get it onto the onto the Sonya. She wouldn't have died either way, so maybe he was just holding. It is an 80-second cooldown currently. Excuse me, 70-second cooldown. Top lane fort going to be sieged in by Sonya and that bruiser camp grabbed earlier. Bottom lane, Jamie able to get out of the range of the all-shot burn. Universe low on mana, trying to find a reset. Lunar comes in for some damage. Zednam steps forward. Chastise from Anduin won't connect because there's actually the high five from Lucio. Samuro's in mid lane, putting pressure onto Icer. And I think Samuro should be able to get the Dragonite. Top lane, Sonya finds the free fort as Malthael was not able to put pressure into her. And he was, well, slammed quite hard in that top lane. Dragonite kick onto Li Ming. Top lane is still being pushed in. Bottom lane is being amplified by the Asmodan. He's going to be able to summon some units. And does he have Demonic Invasion? He does. He could pop that onto the fort front gate. And you actually hear that just as we were getting out of the lane. You could hear that summoning of said... Ooh, of summoning of a heroic. I don't know why the Lucio was there, but he is going to get caught and picked off. Another kill over to the side of Bunker Funtime. And that's also going to push them into a solid level lead. You can go ahead and take a look at the hero difference in experience. Look at this. 3 kills apiece, 1,700 versus the 2,600-ish. Difference, why? Because experience scales, chat. Later game heroic kills are more important than early game, and that's where the 3 initial kills for the Fallen Lords really came from, with those early game kills. These later game kills are starting to push the side of Bunker Funtime quite further ahead, and keep in mind mercenaries, minions, all of this adds up to a solid almost 10,000 experience difference. Misery Sin bops the Holy Word Salvation, but gets popped as well. Sonya slams her way through 2 enemy members. It's a 1-for-2. Samuro, Bladestorm onto Beef Prime, but Beef Prime's a little too fast right now. Gorge onto Malthael. He's got last rites. Sephi is the target if it's possible to apply. Does he get in range? He doesn't get the application of last rites onto Sonya. She will live. James trying to run away here, but Batista is chasing on in as Samuro, but gonna swap to a different clone. And look at top lane really quickly. Still have the Fallen Shaman, or excuse me, the Fallen Shaman camp, the Bruiser camp pushing in through top, and a Catapult here as well. Asmodan can build out that lane if he wants and throw some lieutenants up there, or he can just continue to amplify mid lane, as 5 seconds is going to be the cooldown for that Demonic Invasion, which maybe he throws onto mid and leaves. Gonna throw that onto mid and leave. This is awkward though. You're hoping those grunts would prioritize the keep, and those will kind of just hang out and explode through the mid lane. Yeah, unfortunate. So, does confirm the fort front gate, or the keep front gate. Samuro pushing up the bottom lane. And this map seems like it's falling apart for the side of the Fallen Lords. Bunker Funtime doing a good job of just macro, control, and late game team fights. But can they keep that up? 4 to 6 in kills. Sonya on the bottom lane point. No one on top just yet. Malthael here as well. Samuro putting some pressure onto Peanut Butter, but backs away immediately. Good camp to be grabbed by Trip Bar. And we will continue to just have our rotations into top lane. Oddly quiet right now in the game. Sorry, I was looking over at my audio stuff. I'm like, did I put noise suppression on the game? No, we're good. Oh, Malthael goes down. There was a Gorge onto him from Stitches, pulled behind the gate on the right-hand side. Samuro onto Universe. Hook goes out from Stitches, won't connect onto anyone. Samuro looking to step in, but doesn't manage to actually connect onto anyone. Actually just goes for the Dragonite. Another Dragonite over to the side of Bunker Funtime, and this Dragonite deals nearly 700 damage. 657 damage from the Dragonite into structures. Let's see if it's able to get this mid lane fort. Bottom lane being pushed in by Asmodan and Stitches. This should be a bottom lane keep to go down. And Asmodan could then utilize his... Oh no, he pops it off of cooldown, goes immediately for the Demonic Invasion in bottom. Thought he was going to amplify the siege in through mid, but that Demonic Invasion guarantees the keep through bottom lane. While the fight continues through mid, Dragonite stepping in here. Gonna find a secondary keep. Will they be able to end off this? The Dragonite's getting low. They need to find a kill or two on the side of Bunker Funtime if they want to march to core. It's Dragonite with 1%, 40-some seconds left. High fives from Lucio come through. Icer goes in for the Blaze Jet Propulsion. There will be a Samuro Bladestorm onto Peanut Butter. The Asmodan does go down. There was a Gorge onto Icer, who's out of said Gorge right now, and it looks for that Jet Propulsion. Anduin trying to heal up the friendly team. Misery Sin pops the Oh, I think they tried. Yeah, they tried to do Holy Word Salvation, but it's going to be not the case. And reset city for Li Ming. Stack from Alfiel, another reset for Li Ming. Sonya's the lone survivor and makes her way over to the Bruiser camp for some sort of pressure. Good turnaround potential for the side of the Fallen Lords. Bottom lane continues to be sieged up by said Fallen Lords as they have an opportunity to make something happen here. So they'll find maybe a fort. Yeah, there should be fort through bottom lane. Actually, their siege is not the best. The siege is really slow. Sonya considering a leap here. She's got the availability. It's off cooldown. The minion wave, though, is going to help out quite a bit, and this should be fort through bottom lane. But it is going to take quite some time. Without Lunara, the siege is, feels very slow through that bottom lane. All right. Well, Azmodan's back, and so is Anduin, and slowly but surely the rest of the crew for the side of the Bunker Funtime members, and another shrine activates. Alrighty. Looking good. Looking good. The giant camp for bottom lane. And that's gonna be it.
Control both shrines.
Alrighty, shrine phase is up and available. Let's see what is going to happen. Malthael, top lane. On the point, bottom lane, we are going to be seeing some Bruiser camp action. Misery Sin wants to start this, but okay. Sonya's here, Azmodan's here. I was like, wait a minute, this is going to take a little too long with just an Anduin. I don't know if you can do this here, bud, but he's got it, absolutely. Sorry, I saw Azmodan's level 16. Why not go Hell Rift? I don't understand. Your siege is insane. You have this really, really good siege build, and then you go for trample. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I know there's people who love Thick Strike. I know McIntyre has argued for it, but Hell Rift is just so damn good if you're going for an All Shall Burn build. Azmodan drops the Demonic Invasion, leap in from Sonya, Holy Word Salvation from the Anduin, Peanut Butter getting hit with that All Shall Burn. Another dunk out from the Azmodan as well. Icer getting a little bit low here, but Jame on that. Lucio is the low one. Batista coming into the backline. Doesn't have the Bladestorm for a second or two. Looking at this Lucio, and he will be the first blood in this engagement. That will be a kill onto the Blaze as well. Lunara clearing things out in bottom lane as best as she can. Does she have Nature's Calling? Yes, she does. Doesn't have Splintered Spear, though. Has the Wild Vigor. Using Crippling Spores against, increase the damage against... Excuse me, using Crippling Spores increases the damage of Lunara's next 4 basic attacks. I feel like, you know, Lunara wasn't expecting to be in this clear role, so maybe that's the reason we didn't see the priority onto Splintered Spear. This is where I feel like she actually wants to be. She wants to be doing these 1v1s. Because they got jealous of Sonya's sleep, Trample is the closest thing they could get. What? All I'm saying is that Hell Rift is the jam. Hell Rift is the jam. That's just my 2 cents on it. I love Hell Rift. Your siege potential, no matter what your build, in my opinion, is just it's just through the roof. If you have cooldown reduction as well, then you just constantly summon minions. Anyways. Core is going to be shattered here on the side of the Fallen Lords, and game number 1 in our second best of 3 is going to go over to the side of Bunker Funtime. GG, well played. Because they got jealous of Sonya's butt, Trample is the closest thing they can. Good. All right. No Calamity, Sage. What did they go for instead? Oh, it was a big ball build. Big balls. Alrighty. Okay. Baha, how are you doing today? I am doing pretty good. How are you, Ashen? Thanks for stopping in. Are you having a good day? I am just casting some games, having some fun. I do need to run to the bathroom, so maybe we'll do that before we get into the next game. Had any good fishing today? You know, we haven't gone fishing yet today. While we get ready for our next game, let's go fishing. Hi everybody. Hi. It's your stream daddy Baha. Any primers out there? We've had some primes just jump up into the boat, so I didn't even think about going fishing. Because the fish were just like, Mr. Yuji was just like, oh, here's my prime. Mundane Zebra was like, here, have another prime. Ashton, thank you for the Prime Gaming. Thanks for using your Prime here, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the... Look at this big old Prime that we just caught. Hey, it just flopped up on the boat. I went a little fishing, you know, I started baiting the lure, and then it just boom. Prime. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Thank you for the Prime Gaming. All right, let's get the next map loaded up. I'm going to run to the bathroom before we get into the next map because I've had a lot of liquids. So, Bunker Fun Time one. Whoa! Stark!
My cigar's missing.
Stark, thank you for gifting a delicious gifted sub. Look at this delicious gifted sub, chat. It's purple, it's delicious. Thank you, Stark, for the gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you. Baha can make being a mercenary sound fun. I'm a mercenary? Say what? Speaking of say what, if you've never watched the TV show Clone High, all the episodes are on YouTube and I highly recommend it. It's a very, very funny show. Supposedly it's actually coming back. I was going to do that on the Friday night subathon, waiting for Baha to go fishing, but I totally forgot to wait. Stark, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. You got Fluffy Cat, Alberon, Pack Gamer, Camp Bells, and Neuro MD. Thank you, Stark, for the 5 gifted subs. Much appreciated, bud. Clone High. I've heard of Monster High, but I believe that's different. Clone High is was back in the early 2000s, and the show got canceled because people didn't like how Gandhi was being portrayed. He was basically like a spastic ADHD kid, and they didn't like that. They didn't like how he was being portrayed, so they quite literally... Well, I don't want to spoil it because technically the season ending is kind of funny. Anyways, highly recommend, if you've never seen Clone High, to watch it. All the episodes, as I said, they're on YouTube. Go watch it. If you want another good show from that same era, which is supposedly coming back, or the creators making a show, if you've never seen... Oh, shit, I'm blanking on the name, and I love the show. Oh my god. Alright, when I go to the bathroom, I have the DVD, so I'm gonna go look at the DVD when I go to the bathroom. Alright, I'll be right back. We're gonna get into our next game in just a second, okay? Thank you all for the support. I will see you all in a minute or two. I just need to run to the bathroom real bad. It was Mission Hill. Mission Hill. That's this TV show. If you've never seen Mission Hill, I highly recommend it. Very, 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 very funny show.
Give the best hugs.
Neomic, thank you for the follow. If that's not how you say your name, it is now. Let's get into a game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming series as we are here in Division D Southeast, the Fallen Lords on the left-hand side, and Bunker Fun Time on the right. Let's get into those members of the Fallen Lords. We've got Peanut Butter on the Malthael, Brightwing to be played by James, Beef Prime going to be on the Zul'jin, Universe on the Tassadar, and Icer on this Stitches. Over in the red, we are looking at Bunker Fun Time, trying to close things out in a 2-0 fashion through Brax's Holdout. Zephy will be on the Sonya. Zeratul to be played by Trip Bar on the Zeratul. Misery Sin on the Decker Kane. Zednam will be on the Mei, and Batista on the Kael'thas. It is a Convection Kael'thas. I'm sorry, this is important, and no flame to the Kael'thas player. Does KT finish stacks by end of game? Yes? No? Get your Twitch predictions in if you would like. Does... Oh, wait, shit. Sorry, hold on, let me restart it. Does KT finish stacks by end of game? Yes. No. You got 2 minutes. That I didn't have the right timer on it. You got 2 minutes. Get your predictions in. Does Kael'thas finish Convection by the end of the game? Does Kael'thas finish Convection stacks by the end of the game? No flame to Batista, but this is always fun to do. If you know the results, don't be cheeky about it in chat. Feel free to bet. Get your points in. Get your points in. Does Kael'thas finish his stacks by end of game? There we go. Thank you. Yeah, please don't. If you know the answer, you are more than welcome to bet. But don't be all tongue-in-cheek like, ooh, Avian the First, thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated. Glad you're enjoying the content. The continent of Bahamut Gaming. Hey, Spectrum, yo, internet, go. Thank you. Alrighty, so, a minute into the game, we've got a few stacks on the Convection Kael'thas. On the top lane, we've got Peanut Butter versus Zephy once again. This is the Malthael versus Sonya matchup that we saw on Dragonshire just a moment ago. Can Peanut Butter hold this time, or will it be the Sonya show once again? Over in the bottom lane, Polymorph on to Trip Bar, who was trying to put some damage into the back line. Did go for that greater cleave at level 1, so I'm assuming we'll see cleave build from the Zeratul throughout this game on Brax's Holdout. First objective phase is going to be up and available at the 1:30 mark. There's a few maps that break the Heroes of Storm standard, and that's going to be Dragonshire, Brax's Holdout, Blackheart's Bay. They do not have the 3-minute timer. They have an earlier timer. Oh, we are going to be having
First Blood.
Going over to the side of the Fallen Lords into the Zeratul, and Beef Prime steps up onto the point. Did go Reckless at level 1 and already at 6 out of the 30 stacks. Remember, once you hit 15 stacks on that U-Want Axe, you have the 1.1 range increase, taking you to 6.6 range, meaning Beef Prime can poke at the enemy members a lot safer and continue to build out those indefinite stacks. This is an uncapped quest. It may say 6 out of 30, but you can go beyond that 30 mark. Once you hit 30, you do get the double revolve on that twin cleave. All right. Best of luck to all the Twitch predictors. Thank you all for getting those bets in on Kael'thas Convection stacks. He's got 5 out of 20. Kael'thas, a quarter of the way through Convection. I have no idea, but 6,900 points on yes.
Not.
You gotta be plus ultra. You gotta be plus ultra, Ektar. I'm gonna bet 420 Kael'thas to blaze it. Thank you, Ace. Oh, my apologies. Malthael is going to get ganked in the top lane. I was looking at chat for a hot second, and I was like, wait a minute. Brightwing's up in top. Batista trying to back away on the Kael'thas. 6 stacks, does tap well. Gets back in, has a potion from the Kael'thas, and we'll keep an eye on those stacks. I think everyone is very, very, very interested on said stacks. Does Misery Sin... Oh, excuse me. Does Trip Bar go for the... Orpal Blade, but doesn't actually utilize it, so not the case. Oh, that hook from Stitch is almost connected onto Zednam. I don't think it would have been any sort of kill potential. There's no Gorge, and there's a lot of friendly members around still, so this is just going to be Zednam and crew staying fine in bottom lane. Jane goes for the phase shift into bottom. Peanut Butter needs to back away from the Zeratul and does manage to do so. Brightwing now in the bottom lane. But look at this. Kael'thas is rotating to top. Is he able to land a gravity lapse onto Peanut Butter? Not yet. Bottom lane fight still breaks out. Misery Sin did go for the Ruby at level 4, so you have all that floor juice for the side of Bunker Funtime. Oh Lord, it's the Vecchies. Stark, we had to do a bet. We had to do a bet. Yeah, you gotta do a Vecchies bet. When Vecchies are on stream, you gotta bet them. For anyone that doesn't know, convection, Vecchies. It's the terminology. We have a lot of terms here. Like, what is it? Giggle Beam from Whitemane, Spinny Shooty Shot of Vala, Big Slappy Ghost from the Nazebo. It's whenever I either can't remember or when someone else comes up with it. Like the Ghillie Sharks, they came up with Thick Strike for Asmodan's Trample. Because your body is thick and you're striking them with your body. Thick Strike. Makes sense. Don't forget the spinny, spinny, spinny. Yes, exactly. Tickle Beams? No, Giggle Beam. Giggle Beam is Whitemane. Because she giggles when she hits you with the beam. Giggle Beam. Dos Vecchies. That was good. That's a good one. Dos Vecchies. That's a clever one. That was good. That got me good. Alright, so we have a few Ultralisks, a few Guardians in top, but bottom lane is where the push is coming through. Kael'thas trying to clear things out with those with that Flame Strike. 3 Ultralisks, 3 Guardians, and a slew of other smaller Zerg pushing in through the bottom. Trip Bar coming in, trying to make some play into the backline happen, but it's not going to work out. The fort through bottom does fall. Batista has no mana, so it's just auto attacks from Kael'thas to try and clear things out, with Trip Bar doing their best on the Zeratul. But Misery Sin and crew need to back off as they have no mana. Trip Bar, if they take... Okay, I was about to say, if they didn't have that blink, that would have been the minion wave or the Ultralisks finding the kill. And still that bottom lane pushing in. This is a very good objective phase for the side of the Fallen Lords. What is Phoenix called again? Phoenix doesn't have heroics. We all know this, okay? Tickle Beam is Tassadar? Yes, that is true. Meme Beam? Yeah, Meme Beam would be one of the... that's Planet Cracker from Phoenix. It's the Meme Beam. Hey, Ceviche. How you doing, bud? And who in their right mind has Phoenix emotes? Damn. Oh, right, because it was from, yeah. I forgot. I forgot that the HGC, yeah. That's the reason the HGC died, is because they made Phoenix emotes. Wasn't the other called Tickle Can or something like that? I honestly can't remember. I've never had a joke term for Purification Salvo. I always just said that the Purification Salvo tickles the enemy side. That's about it. I have my old Gen G emotes from HGC and stuff like that, but I never had like the Phoenix emote. I don't remember what that was from even, honestly. Must have been from like one of the live events, or not live events, but like one of the major events, like DreamHack or something maybe. I honestly don't remember. I just always voted. I always cheered for Gen G. That was always my jam. That's what I was. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. Alrighty, so 10s are coming through on both sides. Let's do the standard as we always will, which is going to be cycling through the other numbers, because we can see at the top of the screen what our heroics are going to be. Might of the Nerazim. Sonya does go down the bottom lane. Peanut Butter gets the last rights value into her, but top lane. Avalanche onto Tastar. He's on the far side of this wall. Pops the Archon form before that even happening. Lornado from Decker Kane almost locking Universe in, but won't be enough as a Shock Ray comes out from Tassadar. He's going to eat a stun from the Decker Kane's Scroll of Sealing. But either way, Putrid Bile for the Stitches is going to be his heroic. Jamie has the Blink heal. Trip Bar trying to stick onto Brightwing, but it's not enough. There's a lot of damage into Trip Bar. Cleave values coming through. Putrid Bile from Stitches. Slam, jam, you are dead. I also just realized that this Stitches skin is currently a banned skin. If you want to know why, it's a great example. We actually just saw it. Putrid Bile blends into this tile set very, very well, so that's why we typically don't see the Cuddle Bear Stitches in any variety, because a lot of the tile sets make it very difficult to see his Putrid Bile. I believe the brown skin on Towers of Doom is very difficult to see Putrid Bile on the ground. So yeah, considerations. Granted, if one of the teams doesn't say anything, it doesn't matter. It's the teams that are playing, and they're the ones who actually have to make the call. Decker Kane throws out a Scroll of Sealing that zones back Beef Prime for a second. Icer was looking for the hook, but it doesn't connect. Zeratul in bottom lane, I was looking at this. So Zeratul is going to clean up the Sonya Malthael 1v1. Not respecting the 1v1 Zeratul. Rudeness, Trip Bar. Kael'thas, 10 stacks out of the 20 necessary for Convection. Being said, quite a bit of playtime when first released. Oh yeah, because he actually used to be good. I remember now. No Tenderizer. I don't know why I went to Brightwing. I was like, wait a minute, he has it. And I'm like, wait, that's not the right hero. Oh, there's a Google Translate. Sorry, it took me a second. Cuddle Bear Stitches, there's a Putrid Bile once again. There's the example of what I was talking about. In this area over here, it's not difficult to see, but anyways, the team fight it could be. Regardless, it's a double kill over to the side of Bunker Fun Time, and Stitches hits 13, so that's going to give the 40% range on that hook from the baseline, just extended hook. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. Decker Kane dead for 8, May down for 10. Avalanche is off cooldown for the next 60. Lornado's up and available. Keep in mind, this is Thursday matches, so this is not current patch. Keep that in mind, chat. This is Thursday before we had the changes that were on Friday. Batista gets hit with the hook. Is Kael'thas going to be able to live? Tripbar comes in to try and slow things down. One slam might be enough, but the potion comes through, and Batista lives. 13 stacks still in the hands of this Kael'thas, but Sonya will go down. She is going to get picked off. Beef Prime throwing in a few auto attacks, some zoning from the Decker Kane with the Scroll of Sealing. Hook onto Trip Bar, going to be able to blink around and get away from Icer. And this top lane keep should fall. Malthael still pushing things out through the bottom lane. Tornado from Decker Kane forces back the catapult. Stitches comes in with a slam. The Guardian still applying pressure onto the keep. Beef Prime losing a little bit of HP, but it doesn't matter. He's still building up those stacks and does have that recklessness from level 1. Does get hit with the root, but it's not going to be enough. That was a really good thread, Stark. That is very good. Maybe we'll look at it after this game. Okay, so Sonya slams her way through bottom. Kael'thas, 15 stacks, 5 more to go. The believers are starting to feel good. The doubters are maybe starting to sweat. Malthael marks up a few enemy members. Peanut Butter doesn't try and dive onto any of them. Just a little bit of soul rip. Alrighty, so looking at both sides, all the heroics are actually off cooldown, so our next team fight will be quite explosive. The next objective phase should be announced soon. Boss is up and available. Trip Bar just checking to see if the enemy's here, but waits as both sides are going to be grabbing some camps for top and bottom. Malthael finishes out the camp on the left side of our screen. Brightwing, I was waiting to see, does she start the boss? Zeratul scouts out, probably sees that Brightwing is over here, but they don't see anyone on the boss, so it's going to be the rotation still to top lane and to clear out the camp applied. Bottom lane, same sort of deal. Universe and Icer trying just to push up their own Hellbat camp. May, does she find Beef Prime? Zednum actually has to get the icing out. Hook from Stitches is up and available, I do believe. There will be the Cryo Freeze by May, a few potions on the ground. Kael'thas Gravity Lapse. Oh my god, Kael'thas throws out the Phoenix, sleeping from Sonya. It's looking like it's a double kill in favor for the side of Bunker Fun Time. Peanut Butter getting a little bit low here. Kael'thas 17 stacks out of the 20. Trip Bar gets the application onto Peanut Butter with the Singularity Spike, but the slam from Stitches sets up the kill into Zeratul. Malthael steals the last little bit of HP. Peanut Butter and friends are turning this around. Misery Sin needs to back away. Last Rites not available for 40-some seconds. Hook goes out, catches onto Zednum, and Batiste needs to do something. Does he have a Gravity Lapse? Does have the combo. It doesn't connect onto Stitches. The Flame Strike put a little too early before that Gravity Lapse. So 17 stacks still remain for this Kael'thas. 3 to go. 3 to go. The believers, they're feeling maybe comfortable. The doubters, maybe starting to sweat. I mean, one Zul'jin Ta Stingo, maybe. One good hook from Stitches. I feel like this Kael'thas would fall. 17 stacks will disappear, but we'll have to see. Objective phase is here. Another one starting to channel in favor for the side of the Fallen Lords as they have top and bottom control, and you can see the Zerg pens starting to fill up with a few more Banelings. Looking back over on the right-hand side, positioning is defensive, turtling up. No 16 talent here for the side of Bunker Fun Time. How much damage has he done? I can cycle through the other numbers and get you an idea of all of that. Damage, healing, and experience so far for game number 2, and our second best of 3 of the day. Kael'thas has currently done 19,000 damage. The Zul'jin on the opposing side, 43,000 and rising. Alrighty, this will be bottom lane keep. Should be going down. Zerg wave will be coming through bottom lane as well. Phoenix from the Kael'thas comes out to start burning down this boss. Batista making sure that their positioning is safe, not wanting to step too far forward. Ooh, last rites on to Sonya. Singularity Spike applied. Zeratul goes in for the double cleave, but he maybe overstepped. He uses the Might of the Nerazim, or excuse me, the Might of the Nerazim to be able to get the double blink out of there. Bottom lane keep goes down. There's maybe a march to core to try and end right here. Can Batista end? Can Batista end there? Oh, the hook goes out. Batista. Souls stack, excuse me, reset. Convection set to 0. This is core going to be annihilated right now by the side of the Fallen Lords. Kael'thas loses stacks, and the game will go over to the side of the Fallen Lords. They take this and take us to a map number 3. GG, well played. All right, it's the end of the game. Convection is at 0. And we can see stacks. We can see stacks. It's not like I'm cheating, y'all. Convection is 0. Does Kael'thas finish his convection stacks by the end of the game? No. No, he does not. Pay out to the doubters. I require this to soothe my pain. Deal. Can you, Ektar, could you remind me after the next map? I'd like to do it in between games because there's a little bit more time so you could actually watch him enjoy the treat. You cool with that, Ektar? Okay, cool. Please remind me after the next map because I want to finish this up, and then while we're kind of, you know, getting set up for map number, or our third best 3, that's when we'll do the cleaning. I think that's a fair deal. Yay, plus 0 points. Nice job, Kalis. Proud of you. No level 1 butt feels bad, man. That's good. All right, let's get things set up for map number 3, everybody. All right. It ain't a 2-0 today. It ain't. We don't have a day of 2-0s once again. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's get the next map over here. And here's the storm. Please load. Infection's bad in Clay. Could you imagine? Mono Addict's the correct thing to do. Just. I'm heading off to be social with my parents. Be back later. Alrighty, Kalis. Enjoy your enjoy some snacks and some beers with the family. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Alrighty. Let's do this. Just making sure I'm not missing a text from a friend. Alright, we're good. Go to conventions instead. True. Unless the Delta variant happens. Jesus. It's I always say this, but like literally I look over at my stream timer, it's like you've been live for 2 hours and 45 minutes, and like it's just like that. Like, thank y'all for being so awesome. You honestly make my streams really fun, chat. Thanks for being active, chatty, joking around. Really do appreciate it. I really do. Let me push all of the correct buttons, and then we will get into game. All right. You also farmed uptime. I have no idea what you're talking about. Me farming uptime? I would never. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nexus Gaming Series Division D Southeast. On the left-hand side, we have the Fallen Lords, Beef Prime on the Lunara, Universe on the Zool, Peanut Butter on the Tychus. We have got Icer on the Blaze and Jame on the Brightwing. Over in the red, we are looking at Bunker Fun Time, Diva to be played by Zephy. We've got Trip Bar on the Cassia, Misery Sin on the Anduin, Batista on the Asmodan, excuse me, and Zednam on the Stitches. Let's get into mid lane, check out those level 1s, and see what our first engagement will be. Auto attack Asmodan. Okay, Batista. Okay, alright. Wrath Asmodan. Okay. I'm a fan. I like it. Blaze holding 1, gonna be new habits. Lunara, she went into Nature's Perspective. No, Sentinel Wisp for her for the increased range. That increased range on Sentinel Wisp would like basically see like from, if it was in the bush over here, it would see like nearly into the siege camps. Like the radius on Sentinel Wisp is so good. I feel like it was like super undervalued when it initially was changed, and then everyone just eventually went into it as more and more competitive play was kind of seen with Lunara. So Asmodan, what does this Wrath build do? Well, we'll see if he goes into my priority build, but there's a lot of auto attack cooldown reduction stuff. Your siege potential can be non-stop at level 16 with Hell Rift. We'll have to see what the Asmodan's able to grab. Oh, hey Day, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the very kind messages that you sent me the past couple days. Much appreciated. Excited to play games with you on Wednesday. Little sad that I missed the Frisky Friday, but you know, I'll be around for this Fridays. I just love watching you all draw, honestly. It cracks me up. If anyone doesn't know, there's a fun Discord night. You should join Day's Discord. Jane gonna take a lot of damage. Asmodan not gonna be able to get the last little bit of damage into Brightwing, but still. Dunk up from Asmodan will continue to build out said stacks. 25. The other thing too with Asmodan stacking, he does have auto attacks that will give stacks as long as the enemy hero is below 75% HP. Hey, look, an unoptimal Asmodan build. Hey, Day, would you like to be a mod? And you know, I have a new mod space about to open up. Would you like to be a mod, Day? Just, you know, I think after the stream I might have a new mod slot opening up. Ban out Ector as much as you want. Who doesn't want to do that? All right, see, this is optimal. Battleborn as well. Liking this build so far. 4 up on both sides. Looking at the Zool Diva really quickly in the top lane. Seems like Zool is going to have the easier time as Diva has a lot more units to clear out since he does summon those skeletal defenders Zool into the Diva feels like it'd be a rough go for the Diva. We'll have to see how things work out. What did she end up going to at level 1? Full Metal. Diva mech gains 10% increased health, and Fusion Canon's heal for 16% of the damage dealt to enemies in the bonus area. Alright, so Asmodee on top right. Seems like this is going to be 2 for 1 in the sense of James gets the channel in his bot. Oh no, Diva going for what I would consider to be a little greedy here. She does have Mecha Explosion. Not going to pop that immediately. Asmodee gets the right-hand side. Brightwing on the bottom. Phase shift in to the top lane as the mad dash to top lane begins. But Diva losing mech? No, she uses the Mecha Explosion. Universe trying to get damage onto Asmodee. Did have that backlash available. Diva gonna boost over, gets the interrupt onto James. I feel like this engagement's a little too stalled out or too it's taking a little too long. Zephy not going to get hit with the jet propulsion, but doesn't work out for the top lane. And Grubby and I have talked about this. I have talked about this. This top left, the opposing side top area. So top, like if you're Bunker Fun Time, this top left is just not worth it. Honestly, trade out in solo, fight over this bottom or mid, because it's random between bottom or mid. So that's my 2 cents. I feel like this left side, unless you get a massive amount of early game kills, I don't feel like that left side is worthwhile to go for. But either way, we'll see a 36 to 32 core HP from either side, with the advantage over to the side of the the Fallen Lords. Wrong level 1. You're wrong level 1. No, this is a perfect Asmodee build. Hook from Stitches, really good onto Universe, and that is going to be a kill onto Zool. Auto attacks and auto attacks and auto attacks. Alright, let's see. Camp on the left-hand side. It's worth stalling the enemies trying after your TLV. Very true, very true. But we're talking about this map, this game, or this game in this series. Obviously, Vikings completely. I mean, if Abathur's the same thing. Stalling out any sort of objective phase with an Abathur is very beneficial. But in this situation, in this game, it's also very rare that it's ever worthwhile. Outside of those 2 conditions, I would say. 3 games, 3 Stitches, no Tenderizer. Are you saying that because the patch that just happened with Stitches? Because keep in mind, this is not the live patch. This is Thursday. This is before Zagar got nerfed. And I believe Stitches actually had, didn't he have, some changes on some talents? Or am I crazy?
Let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you.
Beef Prime steps up. Gonna put some pressure onto Asmodee. He's gonna dunk over to the left-hand side, but actually, Peanut Butter gets the channel and the dash, so not even a stack over to Asmodee, but the trade left and the right. Stitches got nerfed in the new patch, all round nerfs. Okay, I saw changes, but I was skimming through them because we were in the subathon. Now, Stitch is going to be going to playtime at level 4. Basic attacks reduce the cooldown of Slam by 0.75 seconds and restore 5 mana. Hitting heroes in the inner area of Slammer it reduces its cooldown by 1.5 seconds. And then Serrated Edge. Pretty standard on that level 7. Asmodee should go down here. That polymorph will be good. Blaze with the body block, really good. Misery Sin tries to get the Leap of Faith, but it's kind of Kaimo Cleanse, a little bit. Either way, Misery Sin should go down to the overpower of the Tychus. Another kill into the Stitches will be found. It's a triple kill all in all. And no objective phase just yet. Diva mid lane gonna get hit with the Bone Prison. She's just gonna auto into Universe. The trade is 4 seconds instead of 5. Okay. I believe it was Health, Regen, Tenderizer, and Pulverize. I do remember the Pulverize getting changes. That one I do remember. I remember seeing something about Tenderizer, but that one I don't remember. Tacos. I would love some train wreck. Thank you. Please. You know what I could do is I could get some flour tortilla, and I could make I could do pulled pork tacos because I have pulled pork. I have a shit ton of pulled pork. It was $18 for the pork butt. And I told the guy, I was like, I'm gonna do it in a Dutch oven in my oven. And I told him, I was like, this is about the size of the Dutch oven I have. So he like grabbed something out from the freezer. I was like, that's perfect. So I ended up chopping it into like smaller than your fist size chunks, and then I seared all the sides in the Dutch oven, and then I put beer inside of it, and then I put it in the oven for 3 hours at 300. and then I uncovered it and then cooked it another 2 hours in the oven. It was very, very good, very tender. It's probably the way I'll probably do pulled pork forever, but holy shit, does this fight pop off. The Lunara doesn't get hit with the hook. The damage over time onto Trip Bar should be enough. Tychus will solidify that kill. Zeffy goes for the channel. No interrupt onto Zeffy. Peanut Butter going to get hit with the mech. Lunara does get chased down, and it's going to be a 3 for 2 as I was talking about pulled pork. My apologies. Even before the patch? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's different divisions, different playstyles. If you'd like to know the average MMR for the teams in this division, hit exclamation point NGS MMR. One word. 5 letters. 6 letters. I can count. 7 if you count the exclamation. Yeah, so the average MMR for the Division D team is Plat 5. So you could have maybe like very, very, very high plat, but you could also have a couple golds, maybe a silver, so it all balances out to an average MMR of plat 5. Dunk from Asmodan will connect onto Brightwing. She goes flying away, but in a bad sense, as her body will ragdoll away. Beef Prime goes for the double leaping strikes. I actually thought that it was just the one will be utilized to get into a better position. Peanut Butter is able to get away with some 400 HP. Icer gets sniped by the Lightning Fury of Cassia. The objective phase is not announced, and oh my god, the front gate almost didn't save the Tychus right there, but he will live. Dunks will continue out from Asmodan, and objective phase is up in bottom lane. Brightwing back from death, does have phase shift, will utilize that to get into bottom lane, and Blaze dead for the next 10 seconds. Food is more important than HOTS. I mean, welcome to any sort of solo casting I ever do, where I will get distracted by either food or some sort of anime or media. Actually, anything really. I get very easily distracted by chat. It's all your fault, chat. That's why I feel like some people just like when I start casting, they just don't say anything. They're just like, all right, if we don't talk, he'll just cast the game. But is more important than HOTS. That is true. Look over there. Where am I looking? Over here? Over here? At this? Is this what we're looking at? Neat. Neat. Maybe a team fight? Zul D.Va top lane. Micro missiles from D.Va do come out. She's going to be able to boost away as there was the backlash from Zul applied. Did go into blue builds. You have the Curse Strike build, if you will. And this level 13 Rapid Harvest gain 5% attack speed for 3 seconds each time Curse Strike hits an enemy hero, up to 75%. You can really slice and dice into a lot of enemy members with that one, so long as they're CC'd by maybe a Blaze, by also a Brightwing Polymorph, or even the Bone Prison from Zul himself. 24 equal on both sides, and we'll have 16 talents here coming through in just a second. Hook from Stitches will be just shy of Peanut Butter once again. Zeffy has the clear through top lane. Next altar phase will be triple. Let's see what happens.
The altars rise again.
Oh, point blank onto Icer. I heard the hook and I was like, ooh, who's it going to connect onto? And this is Blaze just right there in front of it. Zul to grab one more wave mid, pushing into level 16 area, but the fight is still... Actually, it wasn't breaking out. I thought it was about to. Let's go ahead and check out the APM, as we do have a triple altar phase popping up. We'll look at the 16s for the side of the Fallen Lords in just a second. There's a lot of damage onto Jane. Ball Lightning does come out. A little bit of volleyball played between a few members of the Fallen Lords. Bunker Funtime trying to step in. Does manage to get the Gorge onto Blaze. Holy Word Salvation onto the right-hand side. Delays things out for a little bit. D.Va rotating into this as quickly as possible. Draken Laser Drill will be around 25% timer left. Icer does go down. Stitches was picked off in bottom lane. It's going to be a 1-for-1, Poison Nova of the Zul, as the D.Va Mech Explosion will go out, zoning back the enemy side. Beef Prime taking a lot of damage. Micro Missiles will not connect, aimed in the wrong direction. Misery Sin going for the channel uninterrupted, and that'll be shots into the enemy side core, as it will be the first time in this game, I feel, the advantage over to the side of Bunker Funtime, as it's 20 HP for them, 16 on the side of the Fallen Lords. Back over to our 16s, as I was noting beforehand, we do have those available for the side of the Fallen Lords. Brightwing working overtime. What is Brightwing's healing really quickly? Sorry, I know I'm jumping around on a lot of stats. Anduin does go down. Ball Lightning almost kills Peanut Butter. 47,000 healing from the Anduin, 50,000 healing from the Brightwing, and a little bit more than that. But back to those 16s, because I'm sure a few of you wanted to read what some of those 16s were on the side of the Fallen Lords. Zephy will lose mech. Diva pilot form doesn't have good to go, so she will be going down. I was looking to see what she went into at that level 13 and did go for the target locked. Not going to be able to have the torpedo dash or... Oh, the torpedo dash value. Boss is actually going to be grabbed by Peanut Butter. And the game, once again, is 16s up. It's equal, once again. Buttwing working overtime.
Not. Sells heroes. The altars rise.
James gonna Hearth back for full mana. I'm assuming Brightwing, yes, does have the phase shift up and available. Single altar. See who has the advantage in this game. Equal right now between both sides, 16s. But here's the... Ooh, okay, so bottom lane fort will fall. Actually, it's going to be a keep since we do have the center channel point. 5 shots could rain into the left side core, or only 3 into the right. Wimbop, how you doing, bud?
Take the altars.
I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thanks for swinging on through and checking out some Heroes of Storm action. Jet Propulsion connects onto Zednam. He's taking a lot of damage. Leap of Faith from Anduin will come through. Holy Word Salvation on top of all that. But Zool did use his Poison Nova, and Micro Missile sets up the kill into Zool. Zephy now needs to back away. Does have Mecha Explosion available. Pops it and is running away. Hook goes out onto Blaze. Brightwing does get a little blink heal onto him. The fort, the keep won't be in range for the damage. Blaze pops the Unstoppable with the Pyromania. Misery is going to use the Desperate Prayer and actually stays alive. I thought Lunara would have enough damage in there. Chastise connects onto this Tychus. Phase shift onto Icer. Asmodan going for the channel. Blaze is going to be able to get the Twin Flame or the Flame Stream to interrupt Batista. Big cleanse from the Brightwing as she used that Soothing Mist, but it was a little too early, and there was still I think it was a Chastise from Anduin. Seems like with Zool dead still for another 12 seconds, this objective phase is going to go over to the side of Bunker Funtime. Vid, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. So the Sappers gained through bottom lane on the side of Bunker Funtime. Can they get these Sappers pushed in? Asmodan, his level 1 completed baseline still being worked on. No Hell Rift 16, went into percent base damage on that total annihilation. Still a fan of Hell Rift, but percent base damage, 4% of the maximum health, so 4% of a Blaze will be good. But into Lunara and Tychus, feels not as worthwhile, but a hook onto this Tychus. He's gonna be taken to the far side of the keep and does go down. Sappers were cleared out. No additional damage into the enemy side core. Little Divine Star from Anduin to try and poke at this Blaze, who is gonna Hearth out for full HP. Stitches and friends hold down bottom lane as the fort sits about 25 HP. Oh, Stitches went for the hook, won't be able to connect. 95 stacks on the Cassia. Excuse me, sorry. Throat got that tickle in your throat. Hook onto James. No Gorge for 20 seconds. Keep shots are going into Icer, down to about 75% of their HP. Hooks in from Cassia on that Lightning Fury. Hook from Stitches will connect. Gorge 8 seconds away. Still a lot of damage onto the Blaze, and the dunk comes through. That percent-based damage helping out a little bit right there. Keep in mind, Pride. Actually, Pride value is not actually applied because you have to get the 400 stacks for Pride to come through. But Diva, shots will be channeled. Zool, does he have a Spectral Scythe? Not in time. 10 damage, and a Sapper went through as well. A Sapper got walked in through bottom lane, and that's going to be game number 3 over to the side of Bunker Funtime. GG, well played. Just like that, a sudden GG, yeah.